I'm Debbie Bell-Hosking for FinextraTV at Sibos 2025 in Frankfurt. And I'm joined by Tim Mussche, Area Vice President, nCino, and we're talking about intelligent banking. Tim, welcome here to our TV studio at Sibos.
Yeah, thanks for having me, great to be here.
I mentioned there intelligent banking, obviously much of the buzz here at Sibos. But in your words, how do you see AI evolving in banking? And we are here in Europe. How should European banks be preparing?
Yeah, so AI last year was a couple of nice to have test use cases that were experimenting, and you had users asking, oh, it would be great if AI could. This year we saw a whole different pace, and we've done a number of roundtables where a lot of banks have testified that the board of directors is putting directly urgency on transforming those banks into having an AI-first strategy. So European banks that have or that are early adopters have a massive competitive advantage in terms of customer experience and in terms of efficiency than those who are lagging. It also unearthed a number of problems related to legacy systems and those on-prem spaghetti ball data silos. And a lot of our customers and prospects had to take a step back and saying, okay, how do I keep up? How do I implement this AI strategy if I had to start with a white paper? And then how to confront this to target state plan with our existing architecture. And that is a very complex exercise that a lot of our banks our customer banks and prospect banks are going through.
When you talk about this complex exercise, it's definitely been a journey. And part of that journey is the foundation of data. So how does one prevent that overwhelm with data and rather hone in on the important data to help make strategic decisions?
You need what we call in our world actionable intelligence. You don't need more dashboards, but surprisingly enough, it's been quite difficult for our prospects and customers only to build the thermometer that exposes where the different bottlenecks are in the different. So we're covering the lending and credit value chain. It's been quite difficult to find out where those bottlenecks are, and we have been provided as nCino as a company workflow automation for the last 15 years that is SaaS-based. So the first thing that we have built and that we are proposing to our customers is that operational excellence or operation intelligence on identifying where the bottlenecks are, and of course this guides our roadmap and where we are going to build different banking skills, if you want. But it also allows to provide information to our customers and saying, this is how you compare to your peers within that specific value chain. So we're really trying to make the data that we have collected and a specific data set we have collected at the disposal of our customers and try to confront that to their existing state, which is probably a lot more disparate and more siloed.
And earlier we spoke about people having an AI strategy, coming on board with the AI. But how important is it not to be taken in by generic AI, but rather to look for banking-specific AI? How important is that? And also, what's the role of cloud-native architecture here?
Yeah, so cloud-native architecture allows you to uncover that data or break those different data silos and make that data communicate and through the whole end-to-end value chain of, in our case, the lending journey. But it can be the same for onboarding journey, and it can be the same for the loan management systems. The difference between generic AI and specific AI is that you're looking into, in the case of specific AI, as I said, business cases that are directly related to the bottlenecks that you will find in this whole value chain. Generic AI doesn't know banking regulation, doesn't know, in our case, credit assessment. It will just, compile a lot of, general information. But we're building really skills that are so we've built something called Banker Advisor, which is our own co-pilot, if you want, for bankers, and that is directly looking into mundane tasks that can be automated, where the pivot of human interaction towards AI is going to free a lot of customer-facing time for that human capital that the bank is using in that value chain.
I mean, what I'm hearing here is you're identifying the problems and then you're using the AI to
That's correct.
target those problems.
So we've used AWS to compile all that operational intelligence and to identify the problems, and then we're using also AWS to build those specific skills in the value chain that are going to be then automated by our banker advisor. So it can be very concrete stuff like finding a file and locating a file and adding it into the right step of the workflow. It could be matching financial information in a PDF to what's in your online financial analysis tool. So it could be interrogating credit policies to say, if I have a customer with this type of profile, what are the products that I'm going to provide to that customer? What are the terms and conditions that I have to follow? What are the regulation that? So it's very concrete and specific use cases, and it's all powered by the AWS and cloud.
And of course, I don't even need to tell the audience about the buzz around us here at Sibos, and something everyone will be talking about or discussing in one way or another is the power of partnerships. How would you define that phrase, the power of partnership?
So everything is about finding the best of breed components, and in this case, nCino is designing where the skills are, but the technical components we get directly from AWS. And so those type of partnerships that are bringing direct value into automating mundane tasks, this is the real power of AI. Trying to best of breed with the right ideas, with the right knowledge of the subject matter, means that our customers are saving a lot of time to spend with their own customers.
Finding the value of that partnership.
Correct.
Lovely. Well, Tim, thank you so much for joining us, and I do wish you a very successful Sibos 2025.
Thanks for having me.